to finish your line of questioning. I allowed the witness to finish her. I allowed the witness to finish her response. I allowed the witness to finish her response. That is,
okay, I understand that you're scared of the facts.
I have
status of
chair.
Senator Padilla.
Madam Chair, she has an obligation to explain why she directly contradicted what she wrote in her report. She says in her report, the Bureau of Prisons' claimed penological interest is in protecting female prisoners from sexual violence and trauma. She just told you the Bureau of Prisons didn't say there was a concern about sexual violence and trauma. Those are directly contradictory, and why are you contradicting what you wrote in your report?
And what are you trying to hide?
I believe
Senator
Padilla.
No, wait, point of order.
Senator Padilla. Senator Padilla.
Are you going to let her answer that question?
Senator
or you
Padilla.
don't want her to answer that question?
Senator Padilla.
You're afraid?
Very much, Madam Chair.
Senator
afraid of the answer to
This
that.
is no cover-up. Senator
Padilla.
Folks, what you are about to see is the clearest example of political cover-up I've seen on Capitol Hill this year. We are breaking down the full, explosive meltdown where Senators John Kennedy and Ted Cruz went scorched earth on a Senate chair. If you care about transparency, due process, and holding D.C. accountable, you need to hear this. Smash that like button and subscribe to Liberty Pundit right now. Let's get into what they tried to hide.
Madam Chair.
Ms. Newman.
Thank you.
I have a point of order, Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Kennedy.
Madam Chair, with respect, you allowed the witness to go at length and to change her testimony without her being subject to cross-examination. Are you going to allow us to have a second round of questioning?
No, Senator Kennedy.
What are you trying to cover up here?
There is no cover-up, and Mr. Padilla, Senator Padilla, you'll be allowed the 30 seconds remaining left.
I want
of your
to
time.
appeal the ruling of the chair.
Thank you. I'd like to hear the
I would like to
responses
appeal.
from the two
Madam
witnesses
Chair, I have
remaining.
a point of order. I'd like to appeal the ruling of the chair. You allowed a
Your
witness-
point of order was offered and responded to,
and I appeal the ruling of the chair and call for a roll call vote. You allowed a witness, let me state my case.
Sure.
With respect. You allowed a witness to go on for 4 or 5 minutes, change her testimony, knowing full well that neither Senator Cruz nor I could cross-examine her about her perjury.
Senator Kennedy, would you allow the witnesses
I'm
to finish
still in
responding
the
to my
middle of a
question,
point of
and
order,
then we can
Mr.
act on
Madam
your request?
And I think we
Senator
should
Kennedy.
have a second round.
Senator Kennedy.
And I am appealing the ruling of the chair.
Senator Kennedy, would you allow the witnesses to finish responding to my question, and then we can respond to your request?
The ruling of the chair.
Senator Kennedy, I gave you a response to your request of a second round of questioning. I have no intention on allowing a second round of questioning.
And I'm appealing your ruling.
That is fine. There is no procedure that allows
I would
for
ask
a roll call.
vote.
There is no procedure for that allows for a roll call vote in this committee. This is a hearing. I have the gavel. I have responded
this is a
to your
cover-up, Madam Chair.
request.
This is an
and I am going to
cover-up.
return
I will
to
say I've
Senator
never seen
Kennedy's.
a chair try so hard to protect a witness and avoid answering why she just lied on the stand with her own words, her own opinion.
Thank you so much for your request. It has been heard, responded to. Senator Padilla,
There will be no cross-examination.
Yes, I would like-
The witness shall be
But I
allowed
want
to
to be
lie,
sure I
and no one will
understand
ask
your
her.
ruling. I think I have the
There,
floor.
you
Your
have
ruling
you asked for. Was there going to be another
raising
round
the
of
second
questions?
point of order. Your
The answer
ruling
is no.
that we can't have a second round, that the chair can allow a witness, after we're finished with cross-examination, go on at length, change her testimony, potentially perjure herself. We're not allowed to cross-examine in a second round of questioning, which we do all the time.
The answer is no,
you tell
Senator
me
Kennedy.
I can't, and you now ask for a roll call vote to appeal your ruling.
Madam
and you
Chair.
say I can't do that.
No, you cannot.
That's
Madam Chair,
ridiculous.
point of
Thank
personal
you.
privilege, please. Madam Chair, point of order.
Senator Hirono.
You know, we have been witness to literally witness badgering and now badgering of the chair. She has issued her ruling. There is no appeal. Some of us would like to get on with this hearing.
I'm sure you
and
would.
To have to sit here and listen to all of you go off time and time and time again. And I just want to commend this witness, this nominee, for her comportment, because what her comportment says to me is that she is going to be a damn good judge. Can we get on with it, Madam Chair?
So does every Democrat senator want to cover up the facts here? Is any Democrat
So can we
senator interested
return
in the direct
to Senator?
contradiction from
We'll
the
be
witness?
returning to Senator
Apparently,
Padilla's
the entire
questioning, or
Democrat
we will
senators that want to
adjourn
cover these up.
today's
You
hearing.
want to adjourn? Go ahead. You can do that.
Go ahead.
Senator Padilla, I
We
want
might
to
as
give you
well.
your 30
You
seconds.
might as
Way you're
well,
gonna run this
because the
hearing.
Padilla, I
questions
wanna
are
give
going
you
to
your
be,
30
are you
seconds.
more
If you
handsome or
wish, you can
beautiful
yield
or
your
brilliant?
time and we can
And
have
let's
our
avoid the
recap.
Madam
facts.
Chair, what I would like is an opportunity for the two remaining witnesses to respond to my question. And I would really like all members of the committee to pay them the respect they deserve and to let them finish. Ms. Newman.
Thank you, Senator. I do agree with the premise of your question. I did have the opportunity to complete 2 clerkships, one at the Vermont Supreme Court and one at the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. When I was at the Second Circuit before Judge Peter Hall, I was his 3rd slate of clerks, at the very beginning of his career. And he discussed then and made it a point to try to attract and hire a very diverse set of law clerks in the broadest sense, geographically diverse, from different schools, many who had had different careers before law school. He felt that that really helped his decision-making process, and I hope, if I'm so fortunate to be confirmed, to do the same.
Thank you. Judge Valenzuela.
Thank you, Senator Padilla. I agree with your statement, and I agree with the comments of my colleagues. The only thing I would add is that I think the mentoring component of that is very important. And that's why for the past, I think 5 years or so, I have served on the California Judges Association's outreach committee. And I've strived through that committee to encourage and inspire the next generation of lawyers.
Thank you to all the nominees for your responses and, again, for your composure and your dignity. And I will apologize to you for the decorum of some of my colleagues here today. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Senator Padilla. Thank you to our nominees here. If there are further questions that are going to be, would like to be offered, the deadline for submitting those is May 29th. By 5 p.m. Questions for the record will still be due to the nominees by that date and time. The record will likewise remain open until that time to submit letters and similar materials. Everyone, please plan accordingly. With that, this hearing is adjourned.
The government did not move for a stay of the decision.
Well, Judge Netburn, I'm going to continue on this line of questioning. In your court, what matters more, the rights of individuals or your political ideology?
I apply the law to the facts.
I asked a question, which matters more?
Well, my political ideology doesn't matter at all.
Okay, so I don't believe you. And I think this case demonstrates that you are willing to subjugate the rights of individuals to satisfy your political ideology. This case involves a male defendant who raped a 9-year-old boy. Was he guilty of that?
Yes, the petitioner pled guilty to that.
Okay, so he raped a 9-year-old boy. He also raped a 17-year-old girl. Was he guilty of that?
He pled guilty. The petitioner pled guilty to that crime as well.
So was he guilty?
I hope so, because she pled guilty to it.
He was a he when he did this.
That's correct.
And also criminal deviant conduct, which the record doesn't disclose what that was exactly. Then, after serving in prison, Mr. McClain was released for parole, but then violated the terms of parole by having internet and was sent back to prison. 1 year after being released again, he was convicted of having child pornography. Is that correct?
I'm unclear on exactly the time frame that you're at, but the petitioner was convicted of distributing child pornography.
Child pornography that was images of adults violently raping children.
Abhorrent conduct.
Okay.
For which there are real victims.
And this individual, 6'2", biologically a man. A minute ago you said that when this man decided that he was a she, you said this individual was, quote, I wrote it down, sober and entirely a female. That phrase struck me as remarkable. Did this individual have male genitalia?
I think what I said, or at least what
that is a verbatim quote, entirely a female.
Sorry, what I meant to say was hormonally a female.
Okay, but that's not entirely. Did this individual have male genitalia?
Yes.
So you took a 6'2" serial rapist, serial child rapist with male genitalia, and he said, you know, I'd like to be in a women's prison. And your answer...
What we witnessed in that committee room wasn't just a political disagreement. It was procedural malpractice. Senator Kennedy steps up with a point of order and drops a truth bomb. The chair allowed a witness to fundamentally change her testimony to go on a 4 or 5 minute monologue after the cross-examination was finished. Now, why is that critical? Because by doing that, the chair effectively immunized the witness from accountability. They changed their story, and the Republicans were blocked from cross-examining them on that new, potentially perjurious testimony. It's a rigged game. They let their witness float a new narrative and then slam the gavel down to protect it. It doesn't get any more cynical than that. When Senator Kennedy called for a second round of questioning, the chair's response was immediate and defensive. No, Senator Kennedy. What are you trying to cover up? Wait, he is trying to cover up? No. Madam Chair, you are the one running the hearing. When you block a fundamental right, like cross-examination after testimony changes, you are the one running the cover-up. Then Kennedy tries to appeal your ruling, as is his right, and call for a roll call vote. But the chair, suddenly a stickler for the rules only when they protect her side, declares, there is no procedure that allows for a roll call vote in this committee. This is where the mask slips. When a politician starts talking about procedure, you know they are desperately trying to hide something. It's the DC version of a panicked, trust me, bro move. And then Senator Padilla steps in to run defense, talking about how we have witnessed badgering and now badgering of the chair. Seriously? Demanding accountability for a procedural violation and a potential lie under oath is now badgering? That's what they call it when they don't have a substantive defense. It's a total distraction tactic. He then pivots to praise the witness's comportment, claiming it proves she'll be a damn good judge. The left doesn't care about the truth. They care about the team. They will ignore fundamental procedural fairness, the very foundation of the justice system, if it means protecting their nominee and their political agenda. This wasn't about the nominee's character. It was about the integrity of the process, and the Democrats chose to trash the integrity. Look, the Democrats knew they had a witness who changed their story under pressure. They knew that story was problematic, and they chose to use the power of the gavel to shut down a legitimate inquiry by two of the sharpest senators in the room. If they are willing to pull this kind of procedural stunt in the light of day, just imagine what they are doing behind closed doors. This is why we need fighters like Kennedy and Cruz. They understand that a political committee is not above the rule of law. What do you think? Was this a cover-up, or was it just a procedural mishap? Let me know in the comments below. And if you stand with the Liberty Pundit family in the fight for transparency and accountability, make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a dose of the truth. I'll see you next time.